You guys will never guess what broke on this car from just sitting here in the shop. Stay tuned in, we'll show you the carnage. Alright, well let me catch you up where we're at on the car right now. A couple weeks ago, climbed up under the car, took a handful of wrenches, going to start from the back, work my way to the front, tightening up everything, just make sure every nut and bolt on the car is tight, because we're getting pretty close. We're almost down to the point of putting upholstery in. Everything's finished. I got trans tunnel finish and stuff, and that's about it. So I was going to get all the underneath front end, make sure everything's square, you know, ready to go. First little shakedown run. And I get to the front of the car and start looking, and there's black stuff hanging out from under here. And I was like, what the world is this? So get further investigating, and let me show you what we found. Now, these are the spring purchase that we took out. For those of y'all that hadn't worked on any early model Ford stuff, they go here, and you can see we've upgraded to the adjustable spring purchase here, right in here. They go through here, they bolt here, bolts the shock. It hooks the shackle to the spring and stuff, but we upgraded to the adjustable. Just a quick story on these. This will take a lot of your tension because your spring and axle and stuff sits back on an angle to put caster in the front end. And these just free it up and they look pretty cool. But anyway, I'm going to get back to this. Here's the spring purchase we took out. Now, if you can see these are the nylon bushings that I guess came in these. I can't remember. These things are garbage, guys. Do not use these. I would have been so disappointed. But here's what I knocked out of it. I mean, these things just crumbled into garbage. I mean, look at this. This car has never been out of the shop. I mean, it's not been outside, nothing like this. I crawl under here and I see this junk laying on the floor. It's greasy, just, I mean, it crumbles to nothing. So anyway, we upgraded to the bronze bushings. I recommend these. These are a little more pricey. I think Speedway has them. I'll try to put a link in the description below to where you can do this, but it's worth it, guys. Go ahead and do this, because taking all this stuff apart is not fun, especially when the car is finished. But yeah, these things, I think they're like 38 or 40 bucks or so. I got an old Speedway catalog, I can't remember, but I'll put you a link to the ones at Speedway. Yeah, look at this mess. I mean, this stuff, this oven, you can see it. It's like it's just breaking down, falling apart. I mean, it's nasty. It's like just, on this, I think you can see. Yeah, you can see it's got like an oily. I mean, it's just broke down. So yeah, we pressed those in, and I think we're going to be good. But man, I would hate been riding down the road and these bushings just fall out here, because I mean, your spring's working on all this pressure's on it and stuff. But yeah, like I said, this car has not moved. They just rotted sitting here. We've changed them before, like the 4-link bars on the rear. Here's the 4-link bars on the rear. Now, we did upgrade these to the polyurethane. I think they're Pete and Jake's. Now, those seem to be holding up pretty good and nice. I'm not sure if they make a bronze one for like these link bars. Yeah, I was under here, like I said, tightening stuff, and I looked, and there was just black stuff hanging out from the spring perch and stuff right in here, and just you can see on the floor. That's all that garbage. It just fell apart. I was just so disappointed in it. Like I said, I'm so glad we didn't go down the road. I'm sure it wouldn't cause a wreck or nothing, but it put a lot of slop in the front end of this thing. And, you know, you see the detail and stuff we put in it. I don't want garbage falling apart and then having to take all this back apart and put back together after we're driving it and stuff. Once we get driving, I want to be done with it. But so far, that's the only really carnage that we've had to deal with is, like I said, and these look really cool. Dad polished these up on the buffer before we put it together, and it gives a little cool antique look and stuff. And they're super rigid. We put everything together, and I would also advise maybe upgrading to these adjustable spring perches. That way you can, all your front suspension's not in a bind. Before we put the shocks back on this thing, man, this thing it would just push up and down real nice and with no binding or anything. But she's coming along. I hope we can get her done before long. I don't know how long the upholstery job's going to take. I don't know if we're going to try to tackle it or not. I've probably got enough knowledge in upholstery to get myself in trouble, but I don't know, we'll see, but so far this is our big calamity right here. So I'm gonna link these from Speedway, and I'll link a couple in there if I can find them in the descriptions if you guys want to upgrade. But like the nylons or whatever the polyurethane that they make for these, they're only like $6 for 8 of them. I'd suggest spending the $40 to go ahead and get eight of these bronze ones, because they just make everything a lot more rigid and tight. And you want these things to be good and safe and good tight steering, so they're fun to drive and not a handful. Yeah, guys, we've learned a little lesson here, is not just to buy the cheap stuff like that, because like I said, it took another 3 hours or so to take all this stuff apart without scratching all this chrome or the paintwork and stuff like that. Also, guys, I thought about manufacturing a few little super low number parts and stuff. Maybe I was gonna see what kind of interest, if you want to drop it down in the comments below and see. But we made all these super dropped headlight stanchions, and made this little fog light bracket and stuff, and we made it as tight. There's a lot of hours in design on this, the only one there is, but you know, you can't hardly see any bracketry no matter what angle you get. It's almost floating. Like I said, we spent a lot of time on it. If any of you guys are interested in any of these small little parts, we may start manufacturing a few, if y'all guys are interested in any of them. Alright guys, hope this might have helped you guys out, maybe save you a little bit of heartache. So like I said, go get some of these bronze bushings. I'll link them below and stuff. I don't make anything off of them. I'll just put it in there where you guys can find them if you're interested in them. Like I said, they're around $40 or so US, so I highly recommend them to save you a lot of heartache. So remember, be kind to one another. Jesus loves you, so do we. God bless. We gone.